In the battle of Al-Ahzab, when the Ahzab had left, Jibreel alayhi salam came to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and Rasul was taking his military clothes off. So he told him, what are you doing? He said, the battle is over. He told him, the angels are still fighting. You have to fight too. The Muslims have to fight. And go and fight Bani Qurayza. Subhanallah, the angels are still fighting. The believers should not stop. But where does it say that the angels will stop supporting us after the death of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? It doesn't. The angels have supported the believers throughout time, and we have to believe in this. And we probably have angels supporting us in our life, in our day-to-day life, but we don't see it. But somehow somebody tried to explain to us, these are miracles for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and they don't happen anymore. So try to handicap us. Because if we believe that the angels are there who support us, we'll be stronger. But here, somehow said this was for Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, even though it never said in the Quran that these angels are there to support the Rasul only, and they stop after the death of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have to realize all these lessons and believe. If this Sahaba could tell us, here is the location where the angels' army came to support the believers. Subhanallah. That's one issue. The other issue, as we are coming towards the end of Ramadan, and as we know, in the last 20 days is Laylatul Qadr, so we have to prepare ourselves for Laylatul Qadr. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Urita Laylatul Qadr summa unsit. I was shown the date or the time of Laylatul Qadr, and then he forgot. He was told when Laylatul Qadr is, and then when he went to tell the believers when it is, he found two Muslims fighting, and it skipped his mind. And so now he says expected, some people say expected in the last 10 even days, some says in the last 10 days, and the most of the scholars agree is in the last 10 days, regardless of even and odd. And subhanallah, this is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if he would have specified the night, and we will see among us here today, there is people who started fasting on Wednesday and people who started Thursday. And if we decide that Laylatul Qadr is a certain night, some of the groups that started late will miss it, because we do. And similarly, if it was odd or even, because an even night for some of us is an odd night for others. So we expect it in the last 10 days. This is mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we work and seek it. And Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha asked the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what if I happen and see Laylatul Qadr? So, why? Because she gets up every night. It's not special for Laylatul Qadr, but she gets up every night to worship Allah. Qiyam al-Layl, as we said before, is one of the best worships of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he told her, she asked, what should I say? So he told her a simple dua. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afu fa'fu anna. Simple words. We don't have to learn much more than this. We ask Allah that He loves to pardon, so to pardon us. And to pardon means wipe the slate clean. So there is nothing better than wiping the slate clean, subhanallah. Simple words to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Laylatul Qadr. So we seek Laylatul Qadr inshallah, and we work and we ask Allah, Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afu fa'fu anna. This reminds us of a story. When Musa alayhi salam was leaving Egypt with Bani Israel, they told him, we will not go with you. He said, why? If we go a little step back, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went to visit a man, and the man was very generous to Rasul. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told him, ask me and I'll try to give you whatever you ask for. So the man is no different than us. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I want ibil, I want, camels and things to give me milk, and I eat its meat, and. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam smiles and says, I wish he asked like the old woman from Bani Israel. So Sahaba told him, what's this old woman from Bani Israel, Ya Rasulullah? He said, when Musa alayhi salam was taking Bani Israel out of Egypt, they refused to go with him. And they said that Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam said, you do not leave Egypt without my body. So he said, okay, we'll take the body of Prophet Yusuf with us. Who knows where the body is? They said, nobody other than this old lady in Bani Israel. So they go to her and say, please, tell us where the body is so we can take it. She said, no, I have one request on one condition. What is it? She asked Prophet Musa alayhi salam to be his neighbor in Al-Jannah, to be with him in Al-Jannah. He told her, this is not my business. I cannot guarantee you this. Ask anything else. She said, that's the only thing I ask. Otherwise, I will not tell you where the body of Prophet Yusuf is. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam asked Allah, and Allah said, grant her wish. And they did, and she told them. So here, when she was given to ask anything, she asked for the highest places. She know Musa alayhi salam was one of Ulil Azm, so she asked to be with him in Al-Jannah. So these are the things we have to watch rather than money, because money comes and goes, but there are things that last. And this smart old lady, she knew, she wanted the best position in Al-Jannah beside Musa alayhi salam, and she was granted this. So inshallah, when we seek Laylatul Qadr, we pray for things that's good for us and for our family, inshallah. And the other thing I'd like to talk about is, as we get towards the end of Ramadan, is Zakatul Fitr. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم says صيام رمضان معلق بين السماء والأرض لا يرفع إلا بزكاة الفطر. When we fast, the fasting of Ramadan is hanging between heaven and earth, and it goes up with Zakatul Fitr when we pay Zakatul Fitr. And here we have to pay it. Zakatul Fitr is due before Salatul Eid. And a lot of people, given all this chance to pay Zakatul Fitr, they wait till Salatul Eid and put it in a box. And most of these boxes are not going to go to the poor. The idea behind Zakatul Fitr is the poor gets it to celebrate Eid with us. So if we put it in a box, if we're lucky, it might reach the poor in a month or two. And I was seeing in one masjid, they put it in a bank account, and they were trying to get an ifta to spend it on renovating the masjid and upgrading the masjid. So Zakatul Fitr is due, and we are responsible. So we should not wait till the last minute and put it in a box, and we don't know what's going to happen. We have, inshallah, 12 days, and there is a lot of poor people, and we see what's happening in Pakistan. They need as much help, and now is the time to go out and seek to give Zakatul Fitr, rather than wait and say, I've put it in a box, I cleared my responsibility. The spirit of Islam is to give people and to make them happy too with Al-Eid, rather than throw it in a box, and we know this box could not reach people even if it was intended for them. So inshallah, remember to give Zakatul Fitr, seek to what's the best way to do it, to put it out now. And I don't know how much they have said Zakatul Fitr is this year, but ask, and whatever it is, we are responsible for our families and our young children and anybody else in your household that you are accountable for. You have to give Zakatul Fitr for. So inshallah, count how many in your household and how many you are responsible for, and give us zakah now. Don't wait till the last minute. هدانا الله وإياكم. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم says كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون. So all the children of Adam commit mistakes, and the best of those who commit mistakes is those who ask for forgiveness. So let's pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for His forgiveness. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله. We'll carry on with some of the topics we discussed last week to increase our iman, inshallah. They tell us that Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib was sleeping before Salat al-Fajr, and they say usually the dreams around Salat al-Fajr become true. So he had dreamt that he is in the Masjid al-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and after the Fajr prayer, this was time after the death of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and Umar ibn al-Khattab was the Khalifa. He dreamt that as he's leaving the Masjid, a lady met him and said, here is some dates, give it to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to